What's up, everybody? This is the Last Pollard, aka Saran Pollard, and
OG.
yeah, Ronald Pollard, my dad.
What's up?
So, what was yesterday's date? Do you remember? It was like the
15th.
15th? Yes, it was the 15th. And what did we see yesterday?
Superman.
And you're a big Superman fan. For those of you that don't know, my dad is a huge comic book head. With one of his favorite heroes being Superman.
Thor.
One of.
Thor.
So Superman's not your favorite superhero anymore?
Thor.
He acting brand new. I could have sworn all the years.
I do love Superman. I'm giving him a hard time. I do love Superman.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I do love Superman. Superman is cool.
Tell us why.
The idea that somebody can fly like that, the idea that somebody can be a fake Jesus, the idea that somebody can replicate and be a demonic Jesus, that's Superman. Because that's not the real deal. That's false. Christ.
Tell me, what about the character of Superman drew you? When did you discover him as a kid? What do you like about his character?
I was in Atlanta, Georgia, long before the MARTA system. And I used to get comic books from DC, and I used to read Flash. I used to read Marvel too, but I used to read a lot of DC comic books. It was mostly Superman, some Green Lantern. I loved me some Green Lantern, all right? To think that you can, with your will, create objects with a ring.
Constructs and stuff.
Yeah, boy. But Superman was so cool because he had one weakness, and that weakness was kryptonite. But he was strong, fast, intelligent. He was kind, and he was for the weak. He was, and that has always built me up, helped me to grow, because he was for those who were less fortunate. And I love that concept because it fit into some of my life's goals and purposes,
Okay. So when we saw this movie, let's get the good things out the way. What did you like about the movie? We're gonna start positives.
I liked his humanity.
Okay.
I liked his relatability.
Okay.
I liked the fact that he wrestled with moral issues because he was clearly holding back on a lot of stuff. To not hurt things, hurt people. He cared. That number one was his relatability. Number two, his humanity. Number three was his willingness to be vulnerable with Lois and with other people. Okay. I enjoyed that about this movie, and then some of the action scenes were cool too. To see that he struggled to lift some things.
Okay.
Even though he could do it, he struggled to lift some stuff. And then lastly, I love the comedy that was involved in this. There was so much comedy in this movie, yeah.
Yeah, so some of the things I liked about this movie were definitely his humanity, the positivity. I like how there was a lot more things showing up that were just established.
Yes.
It wasn't just, there was other superheroes in the film.
Yes.
It was well known who each other was.
Yes.
They were still in the early stages before they're the Justice League.
Right.
Because they're the Justice Gang.
Yeah.
But
which was corny as all get out.
Terrible. But it's not
corny.
it wasn't even the normal Justice League cast as usual.
Right.
It's like the very beginning stages where the heroes are starting to just recognize each other.
Hawk Girl did more screaming than talking. Come on, man.
Yeah, and then she seemed kind of weak in my opinion. But Guy Gardner was there.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, no, it's good.
Guy Gardner was there. He was funny.
He was a jerk. He was a jerk.
He was funny, man.
And he was funny, but he was a jerk.
What did you say about my hair?
Yeah.
What did you say?
Had that bowl cut looking like Larry, Curly, and Moe.
Yeah,
like from the Three Stooges. From the Three Stooges.
Another thing I like.
Old school reference, y'all.
I like the Fortress of Solitude, the design.
Yeah, that was cool.
How it could move and submerge and come out the ground. That was cool. It was funny how they made it kind of a dog movie too.
Yeah.
Crypto was in it.
Yeah,
he was important to the story, so that was cool. I liked Lex Luthor. It was way better than the Snyderverse Lex Luthor. That was like a crying, sniveling jerk. Like he was like a little. He looked. That Lex Luthor looked like Penguin without being big.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
how did he? I never understood how he came to hate Superman from the very beginning. He was after him from
why Lex Luthor hates him.
Script one. The very opening scene. Because he hated him
because he had the limelight.
Superman
of the
did,
world.
yeah.
No.
Oh, Lex Luthor, okay.
He's a narcissist. And so the fact that the world is screaming the praises of an alien, not a human,
that part
offends him and infuriates him.
That part,
Because he always says that people are looking up to you instead of building and growing ourselves. We shouldn't be depending on a foreign entity to advance civilization. We should be at the pinnacle. We should be the role model.
So my answer to that is to kill you.
Well, just to first to depose him of his throne, his moral high ground first.
Right.
Because if you just kill him, he's a martyr.
Right.
But if you get people to not believe in him anymore, then you can justify killing him.
Right.
And then it won't matter. He'll be on his side.
Okay.
But, so let's go to hard stuff. What didn't you like about this movie?
How corny it could be. There were points where it was corny.
What was corny? What stood out as corny?
The mama and pa. Ma and pa were corny to me.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm getting cooked.
Why?
Because I guess I'm so used to the Martha and Jonathan Kent from previous movies.
What's the difference?
They were cool. They were cool. His parents were kind, but they were just different. They were like, I didn't live. Yeah, exactly. I was
That's
like,
not nice.
I was like, come on, folk, really?
They seem to lack articulation.
That part.
That's what I mean. Like they weren't eloquent speakers by any means.
Right.
It seemed like they were very I don't know. I'm not gonna lie. The James Gunn, Jonathan and Martha Kent seemed like they had like a 5th grade reading level.
In this one, they were on the short bus.
Yeah, they really
felt like they were on the short. It felt like they just missed the short bus.
Kind of.
To me.
Yeah.
But
okay, so they were corny. What did you want to see from them?
I wanted to see more strength building. I wanted to see more articulate, intelligent conversation between them and Clark. I wanted to see that, all right? They didn't provide that. To me, not enough of that. The daddy tried. Now, one more thing I forgot that I liked at the end. I did love how they showed him watching his Earth parents to get strength as they ended the movie. I did like that. That was very touching to see how much he loves them and he appreciates them.
That's something I want to bring up. Speaking of parents, I didn't like that they left it at his parents basically wanting him to go just conquer the planet.
See,
they left it as like that's the real message they really left the second half. They didn't say Lex fabricated it. They didn't do that. They literally said he came to colonize.
Yeah.
And they left it that way.
Yeah.
So
that was unique to me. I had never seen that in any other previous Superman.
Yeah, that was
you were supposed to go destroy and become god of another.
Have a harem,
Yeah, I didn't
populate the earth with
I didn't care for that either. What didn't you care for? What else didn't you care for?
It was that mainly because I was like, well, usually that's not Jor-El or Laura L, whatever. That's not how they've ever been.
Right.
They've always been good Kryptonians. There were other Kryptonians like that, but they were the ones that were on the side of the weak as well. They're the ones who kind of started that with their hope in sending Superman to Earth.
One of the other things I didn't like was Supergirl's cameo. What was the point? That seemed so corny to me.
Crypto's her dog. Crypto's her dog. Wait, what was corny about it?
To me, she served no purpose. Okay.
To show she exists. Everyone hated the last Supergirl. It was trash in the Flash. Remember?
Okay.
You remember saw Flash?
Oh, that was a TV series.
No. The movie. Remember that Boo Boo movie?
Oh yeah.
That was terrible. From the Snyderverse.
Yeah.
That Supergirl basically got soft rebooted.
Yeah.
Like that. And I think the point was to try and make her relevant to today's youth, what they would really be doing. Like, because remember, think about it. To me, when Supergirl came in at the end drunk, it's because it's showing she's still grieving. Remember, she grew up on Krypton. Superman was a baby. He didn't have a bunch of memories of it. So she's still grieving of losing her entire people.
Okay.
And because she got basically stuck in space-time travel where she didn't age.
Right.
And she's still like, what, a young 20-year-old?
20, 21, something like that.
Something in her early 20s. She's just college girling.
Okay. So that's why she goes to Red Planet.
Yeah, Red Sun Planet, so she can actually get drunk.
Then how does she get to a Yellow Sun Planet?
She might have a ship.
Okay.
Or she might have something that stores solar energy so she could at least fly into a Yellow Sun area to keep going. She might have had a technology. Remember, she has tech.
Yeah.
She knows more than he did natively.
Okay.
Because she was growing up there. So her purpose, I think, was kind of to reach out to the younger generations and show her relatability to them. Like, she's grieving the loss of her people, her parents,
right?
Everything she knew.
Okay.
That's usually the common trope with Supergirl when they bring her in nowadays. Like, even in the animated movies, she shows a grief.
Okay.
Because remember, she knew it.
Yeah.
She actually lived there.
She was conscious.
She was
old enough to be conscious of it.
He was an orphan, but she was made an orphan in her, like, 20s.
Right. The other thing I wish the movie had, Saran, was more action.
On his part. Yeah, because everybody else put in that work.
I wish it had more action because
he was getting his butt kicked all the time.
By
Ultraman, engineer, Metamorpho with the kryptonite. I mean, that makes sense though. He made kryptonite. What was the other one? The kaiju. He didn't try to kill it. He could have killed it. He just was being easy on it, trying to take it out.
Right.
Another thing I didn't like was how much destruction there was, but they made it seem like he saved everybody or that no one ever died.
Right. Yeah.
That's buildings
always
splitting in half and falling. That's what I did like about the Snyderverse is that they said it. People died. Like, you know how many people died? People died.
Yeah. That was left out, and I thought that was missing because
that was corny. That's a
you had and then you had the earth opening up, and nobody's dying. Like, I mean,
short notice evacuation and nobody's dying.
Here's the other thing I don't get either in this movie. Another thing I don't like. Where are the other superheroes like Aquaman? All the ocean being impacted.
This stage,
where's Aquaman?
They're not all together yet.
But he's But the ocean.
Know some of them.
He's the king of the oceans. Anything happening in the ocean, he's aware of.
But he wouldn't know what the cause of that is.
But then he go find out. Why don't to me
what all happened? Oh, well, go ahead.
What would have made more sense to me is to see an appearance of Aquaman coming to check out what was happening to the oceans versus Supergirl. For me,
Supergirl didn't come to check anything.
I know.
At the end.
My point being, it would have made more sense.
Time on her
versus bringing an Aquaman in because he's directly related to what was happening on the planet and what was happening in his oceans. That to me would have been stronger than having Supergirl.
That was a Justice League level event that they opened a black hole. Like the way the Earth was splitting, to me, that's like an Earth-ending event. That should have called in everybody, essentially, to Metropolis. That was weird too, because you had the whole world dividing like the Red Sea.
That's why to me it didn't make sense. It made more sense to have an Aquaman show up than to have okay, I get it, that's her dog, but
then
still.
It's also like, what's he gonna do?
Well, he can come say, hey, I'm glad y'all handled this because we were about to handle it.
Doing what? Okay, so let me ask this. Remember the divide that was happening was gonna cause a black hole that would just consume the planet.
But it started in the ocean. See, that's my point.
No,
it started way out in the ocean.
That island with that other portal. Remember, wherever they had that portal, that jump gate, that warp gate?
Okay.
It started on land somewhere else.
Yeah.
It didn't start in the ocean.
No.
And it happened so quickly that Aquaman probably wouldn't, maybe he's aware, he may not have been in that section of the world. Because remember, it happened in like a straight line. It was gonna probably wrap around and then clap or make a black hole, but it started somewhere.
The way he is in touch with the sea world, it's hard for me to believe that a squid, an orca, a dolphin, a whale, or something wasn't sending off those boop, 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 boop sounds to the king of the ocean. You know, I mean, you know. Because all of that plant life and all of that sea life was being impacted. So to me, that's why.
I think what happened is then with that, because it wasn't a completed black hole, it was just opening and it wasn't sucking anything down. They didn't, and that's what I'm saying, that's the corny parts we're talking about, is that it didn't show the ocean dropping for real, as far as I remember. Like, it showed some part of that, but it seemed like it was just too little a chaos for what they described was happening. There wasn't enough death, there wasn't enough people dying.
Okay.
The open ocean was happening, but it wasn't funneling in or like going, like, it wasn't like the ocean sea level was lessening because the hole in the earth, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
There were so many plot holes with that gap that I'm like,
There were a lot of plot holes, and for me, that was one of them.
And I was still thinking, I mean, I still would say this: what's Aquaman gonna do? He can't, unless he knows where it started to actually stop it. He's just gonna try and kill some people before he die.
The thing that most relates to me, the thing that makes more sense to me, is for Aquaman to show up and say, hey, I'm glad y'all handled this and you got this, versus Supergirl coming back drunk to get her
Well, she
dog.
came back for her dog. It was to show that's her dog, but also because she's getting another movie. That's why they showed her.
Okay.
So her relevance is she has.
But you asked me what I didn't like. I'm telling you, I didn't.
I'm just letting you know.
Yeah, that part I get
You're
it, but
entitled
that,
to dislike it.
yeah, I get it, but that part just for me just did 1 and 1 didn't equal 2 to me. 1 and 1 equaled 52.
Seeing her come around drunk was not worth it at all.
That's the point I'm.
It was just to show she exists in universe, and that because she has a movie coming up. But yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
Other than that, was there anything else you didn't like? Let's focus on the fights because I agree with that. We didn't touch that.
I just think that he should have had
way more cool scenes. He turned up at the end, but it was like so lackluster.
Yeah, he should have had more power dominant fights where he was winning, where he was like busting chops, because he's full of yellow sun. He's a living sun radiator. You know, he should have a nuclear reactor for the sun. He should have, that should have been a problem with him. So I think that they muted some of his powers. I think they doused him down the strength.
Yeah,
because
I think because they acknowledge he's the most powerful metahuman in the beginning.
Yeah, how did he get to be a metahuman? I didn't know aliens could.
So, like I said,
how did that happen?
In the DCU, they call everybody with superpowers a metahuman, regardless of if they're human or not. I don't know why. That's just the categorization of that for them. I've never understood that either, because he's not human.
That's why they losing to Marvel. That's exactly why they losing to Marvel. That's exactly why.
Marvel had Quicksilver and
Yeah, but they're metahumans. But they're considered metahumans.
No, but they didn't call them mutants.
But they're considered. But they are. In other movies, they called them. In the Avengers, they called them mutants. In the Ultron.
They didn't call them mutants in Ultron.
What they call them?
They never called.
They called them metahumans.
They didn't use. Yes.
Okay.
They never used the word mutants. That's not what. No, but I'm saying in comics, that's not what they are.
Thor from Asgard, Superman from Krypton. How's he?
He's a god. He's an alien.
Then how did he get to be a metahuman?
Thor isn't one. They don't say
that's
that.
That's my point.
I'm just saying.
I think that's a hole in DC reasoning.
I've always disagreed with that. I always thought that was stupid to call.
So you gonna call Galactus a metahuman too? In DC, he's a metahuman?
I don't think they. No, they only call it as the Earth. That's dumb. Exactly. I don't think they do. They just call him an alien. Yeah. Because they hate him.
See, I get it if you call the Aquaman a metahuman. Okay.
Because he's based on Earth.
But he's based on Earth. But this dude is from a whole nother planet, time zone, another complete cosmic ecosystem, and he's a metahuman? Nah, you missed me on that one, DC. You missed me on that one.
So yeah, it was the fights for me, man. I mean, he spent too much time getting beat up. I mean, he did a little cartwheel with the engineer's body. That was cool. He went slap. Like, remember he flew up and he was like slapping her like on the ground.
And then he did an atomic drop on one of them, boom, like an old WWF wrestling move or something.
And he cannonballed the kaiju's head. That was stupid. I was like, that was dumb. I thought he was gonna do something way harder. Like I thought it was gonna go like Invincible. Yeah. I thought he was gonna fly through it, or he was gonna punch it so hard in the head that it was knocked out.
But he would not kill it. They would not let him kill it.
They killed it, and he was sad about that.
What'd they kill it with?
They put explosives in his stomach. They blew up him on the inside.
Oh, poor thing.
Blew up his insides. I mean, it was destroying the city.
Innocent creature. Okay,
it was killing people.
The city that nobody died in?
Exactly. They somehow lived. There's a giant Godzilla creature doing fire breath and destroying things.
Hey, you, up here. Eyes up. Yeah, I'm like, come on. So, but
Lex Luthor programming Ultraman was weird. Because, that's another critique. Ultraman is not that clone. Ultraman is from the different Injustice universe where Superman turned evil or something.
Yeah.
But they had him as a mindless bot, and they showed Superman with fighting techniques essentially.
Hold on, and then
Superman had no skills like that, but the android controlled by Lex, he taught him
38R,
X2, A1, like
52C.
And it was
I'm like, what the heck?
I mean, it was so cool because we saw Superman actually using moves. Like he was actually, remember he nut shot at Superman?
13.5, wham! I'm
He split his legs, went boom.
He sure did. He sure did.
Superman was on the ground.
He revved up the engine. What up?
Yeah,
he kicked the engine.
Jacked it up.
He jacked up the engine. Right.
Dude was on the ground, dude.
The engine had a hiccup.
And then he killed him so easily. He just dropped him in a black hole. He just outsmarted him and dropped him in a black hole.
Which still left him alive.
Did it? No, we didn't see him.
We don't know
we
though.
Don't know.
That may
We
be
don't know
that may be what Supergirl comes back to that.
We don't even
to
know
Ultraman.
Yeah, we don't even know where he put him.
So Ultraman couldn't think on his own without them programming.
That's what I didn't like this version of him, because Ultraman isn't just dumb. Like, he has his own intelligence in the comics. He's his own entity, but this time he was a puppet. Like, they cloned Tyrone type stuff.
Yeah.
Just getting commanded. It was weird.
Ultraman.
But, overall, I like the brightness of the movie. I like the lightheartedness. I wish there was better fighting.
Yeah. The comedy was cool.
The comedy was cool, but that's where I think Zack Snyder's Superman was way better. The action and his fight scenes were way more entertaining.
They were.
Superman felt like Superman. Remember in Justice League, he dominating them when he came back to life? That was cool to watch Superman just own everybody. Like, yeah, we can't keep up with him. These Kryptonians ain't no joke, bruh.
Well, and even Wonder Woman was like, "This okay, I can't."
Headbutted into the dirt.
I can't deal with this, y'all.
Nobody could touch him. That was cool. That he.
I might last longer than y'all, but I'm not gonna last.
Yeah, he was a big gun for real.
I might last longer than y'all.
It felt,
but I can't handle
it. Felt
this.
like Superman was kind of just the universal punching bag in this movie. Like, he could take. He just showed his strength by eating it all. He didn't actually dish it out very often. He got one good head stomping on Ultraman.
The best part of the movie was when the guy's tooth came out when he got punched. And that was some cool camera action.
Yeah,
that was cool.
His heat vision, and he didn't even kill them.
Yeah,
he was doing all his heat vision at the Raptor squad.
Oh, but some of them were on the ground. They were motionless. Implied that they were dead. Implied that they were dead.
I thought they were unconscious because they didn't want to kill.
They implied that they were. I was like, come on, man.
Spinning around, just laying them all. I was like, that's cool.
I liked so that now what I did like was some of these camera angles and some of the CGI. But I mean some of those angles, man. I guess because I'm in film.
Fight scenes or something.
Yeah, that was cool, man. And I love some of the transitions, the way they were tight. The way they backed out, the way they were, oh my gosh, some of them angles, man, with the gimbals and that stuff some of that was remarkable to me.
Any scenes come to mind?
I like when Crypto came and got him, when he was hurt.
Oh, the angles they used on his close-ups and all that?
Yeah, I love that, man. And you could hear Crypto running. And Crypto was like, oh, I'm coming. What was funny was when he called Crypto, he's not even a good dog.
Yeah,
that was crazy. And I guess because we have Shadow, and we're like, oh, I'm so sensitive to that. Don't talk about my Shadow. My Shadow is a good
Crypto
dog.
Was beating the brakes off people. And Supergirl, remember he knocked her over and was dragging her, and she was just laughing. I was like, nah, man. That's painful. That was actually my favorite scene was Crypto dragging legs after he was in Superman's face.
Oh my gosh, that was cold-blooded, man. He was like, "No, get your hands off of him!" What up? Boom, bop.
He was like,
what? It felt like
broke his stuff.
Somebody felt like dun dun dun, like he was getting beat by Kendrick Lamar. He was getting beat by dun dun dun.
Bam! He was backing his head up on the desk.
Oh my gosh, he was busting
down by his pants.
He busted that brother up, man. I mean, I felt like Kendrick was beating up on your boy Drake. It felt like it wasn't even close. It was like a beat down for the century. Like, come on, man. Drake. I don't know how you gonna come back on that one. I really don't. But anyway, you took an L. But yeah, Lex took a major L. Yeah. Lex took that kind of L.
And
that's
then,
what that was like.
I didn't like that he cried, but I was like,
who cried?
Lex. At the end when he got exposed, he started crying. They showed him
You demonic Joker. What you crying for now?
He's just angry that he can't make Superman hated. Instead, he got hated instead, so he's embarrassed. I don't know. Point is, overall, I give it like a 7 or 8.
Yeah, I give it about a 7.
Vision and potential.
I give about a 7 or 8.
Superman needs to be much more showing off his strength.
Yeah.
That's not acceptable. I don't want to watch
Superman needs to be more super.
And I don't want to watch Lois be annoying. She was better in the second half.
We don't have enough time for what I think about her.
Yeah,
right? So
I was like, common trope I get tired of in superhero films is when they make the lady that's with him unappreciative of dating a literal god. Like, they're giving him the most stupidest problems, and he has such bigger issues to deal with.
Would you give me a Lois with a decent shape? Because none of them have any kind of shape to them.
They ask you how you are, and you just have to say that you're fine when you're not.
Thank you guys for coming to the review. That's all.